Hello, friends. It's Stina, aka Giddy Girl. It's been a while since I posted a video, so I thought I better get on it and show you my project. It's been a little rough at work. Been super busy, and the energy level has been pretty low, so I haven't really played too much. And this weekend is a 3-day weekend for me, and so definitely took advantage of that and kind of did some things here and there. Did some organization. I swear organization is one of my hobbies. I love it. I think I buy things just so I can organize it into my space. Um, but at any rate, that just gives me more things that I can shop from in my own studio, in my opinion. So, what I had done about a month ago, I saw somebody had posted these, and these are little seed envelopes. Um, they're at dark. Well, I don't know if they're still there. I think they are because I think I picked some more up about a couple weeks ago. But they're at the I keep calling Dollar Tree, but it's not. It's at Target, and they cost $1. That's where I'm getting the dollar from. They cost $1. I think you get 10 to 12 in a pack for $1. Super cheap. They come in gray and then they come in the khaki. So the gray has a window in it. I'm not sure why the khaki doesn't, but the gray has a window in it, which is kind of cool because I think some of my ideas were to put some dried flowers in there. This is perfect for some ATC cards. Um, and you could put letters in there. You can make little mini journals and put it in there with a decorative front. So yeah, there's a lot you could do with this, and it's already got the acetate in there. Well, it's not quite as thick as acetate, but I mean, it's got a window in it, so that's kind of perfect. And I don't really get the concept of this only because obviously it says C type and then it says variety and then you put some notes. There's not a lot of room for notes, right? And then the date you purchase something and maybe you plant it. I think this would be kind of um, cool if you had a perennial type plant that comes back and so you remember where it is. You could put where you actually planted it. That kind of thing makes sense for me. Maybe that's what it's for. I mean, if you know exactly what the specific uses for it, please let me know in the comments below. But and then on the back it has 4 areas for date planted, date harvested, and notes. So maybe it's a garden kind of thing, like a food garden or something. I don't know, but why you would need 4 placements on here, I don't know. I guess that's why it's a little confusing to me. But anyways, guess what? It's another means for us junk journalers, right? So that's what I'm using it for. The brown does not have a window in it, which I thought was interesting. I mean, why not? Or maybe people don't like windows and they just want to give a variety, but I thought it was just weird to me. And then it's got the same info on the back. So no worries, right? So that gives us something else to play with as junk journalers. Um, I didn't really know what my intentions for these were going to be well, I knew I was going to use them for junk journals. I just didn't know how I was going to use them, totally use them. So one day I was playing with some gesso in this thing another project I'm working on. And I had some left over, and I thought rather than put it back into the container, why not just white brush? Well, it's a little bit more than a white brush, but why not put some on some of these envelopes and then maybe it'll come to me later what I wanted to do. So I did quite a bunch of these and let them dry overnight. And then it dawned on me I wanted to kind of send some happy mail. So what I decided to do is shop my stash. What I wanted to use, it had to come from what I already owned in my office. I wasn't going to go buy anything else. That was the goal. So, yeah, not going to happen. So, what I found when I was shopping my stash is I have this textured cardstock. And I think I bought it to use on dies. I haven't used them, and I have like a couple of these. And I think I bought these from Michael's a long, long time ago. I'm serious, probably at least 2 years. And I thought, okay, I want to use that. And what I did was is I cut it down because I needed something as a base to stabilize my project because I wanted to do a cluster. And so what I did was I cut these down to like project life size because that was something else I wanted to use in this little Happy Mail little gifty thing. With this particular, if you have any of this in your stash, it's kind of cool because then what you could do is you could fray the edges and it'll gives it that frayed look. And because the base is brown too, you can't see it, but isn't that cool? And what I did was is I did that all the way around. Okay. I did all the way around and it gave me that frayed look right there. Um, and then, so I had that and I wanted to use Project Life cards, lace. So this is what I came up with. This is one of them. So I had my base and I glued down some, I cut, this is a pillowcase that I found at a thrift store. And so I cut those into strips and then I just used it. I used some of this Beacons glue and I used some hot glue as well. So that way, while this is drying, the hot glue would actually keep it in place temporarily too. So that way it all stuck. So I used that and then I cut up some lace and I used this at the bottom. Okay. And I used a Ranger ink pad. I love this ink pad because it's basically all in one. I used my ground espresso and I edged up my edges of my Project Life card because I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of an age look. And then I glued that on top of my base. And then I stitched around it with my sewing machine. Okay, stitched around it with my sewing machine. So I had a nice little cluster. And then I decided to adhere it to this envelope. Now, obviously I covered up some of that white, but that's okay because I didn't know what I wanted to do. You know, there's a little mixed media going on here, so that's totally fine. I didn't waste the gesso. It got used, so that's cool. And with the tattered edges that I pulled off from stripping this, it was just a pile, and I thought, why not use that as well? So that's what I did. I just laid some more of the Beacons glue down and just kind of mush those on there. So I love this little effect. And then I have in my stash this Oregon paper. I can't wait till I'm done with this because I want the spindle for a decorative um, element in my studio. But yeah, this was a little tricky. I cut it into strips and I rolled it as into a scroll because I like the paper. It's kind of a waxy, crinkly sound. So, but it was tricky to roll. And I just rolled this around a pencil and then I tied a little bit of floss around it just to give it that scroll effect. And then I actually, while it was already tied, I just inked the edges. And then I used my beacons in the middle and then I used a dot of hot glue on each end. So that way while the beacons is drying, it would still it would hold it in place. And then I decided to add some sequins. I can't talk, sorry. I decided to add sequins too, just for a little bit more pop. So then I have my little composition going, my little triangle. And that's what I did. And so basically now this would be cool as a little cluster to put in your journal, you know, against a page, just paper clip it. Or you can leave it as a floating envelope in your book. And so I will show you the ones I made. I pulled it from, I think, a couple of different Project Life cards. Um, so yeah, there's this one. This one goes in this direction. I realized there's a lot of empty space here, but whoever I'm sending this to, they could probably put some additional info on there, some sentiments of some sort. So there's that one. It's a grand world out there. Oh, so grand. I love how this has the, I don't know what you call that, the openings on that Oregon paper, but there's that one. And then I'll just show you smile, friends, let's go somewhere, anywhere. It's kind of a steampunk look to it, and live life simply. So yeah, I just did that and I just kind of trimmed it. And if the person doesn't like it this wispy, they can just trim it a little bit further if they wanted to. So um, this one is obviously going in a horizontal direction, but it will still look good on the side. Um, or I would probably do it as a floating envelope. And then they have the opening in the back to put whatever they want in there too. They can make a little mini journal and put it in there. Maybe they have a postcard or maybe they have a private letter that they want to put in there. So yeah, I made pretty quick. I kind of just did an assembly line and just made, I think, 2, 4, six, seven. I made like 10 of them. I had some duplicates. That's why it's not in this pile. So anyways, I just wanted to share. I haven't posted in a while and just wanted to kind of share my little project with you and maybe inspire some of you to kind of go for it and do it too. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it and hopefully I'll talk to you sooner than later. All right, friends. Bye.